Hello everyone, welcome back to your session, and today we are going to discuss a concept of class 3, and this is from the chapter Give and Take NCRT. So we are going to discuss about addition, that changing order doesn't matter in addition, and then further we would learn about adding three numbers and word problems on adding three numbers. Okay, so let's begin. So changing doesn't matter in addition. What does that mean? When the order of a number is changed, then they add up to the same number. So like let's say if you write 2 plus 3, it gives you 5, right? So what if you write 3 plus 2? Would that also give you 5? Yes, it would. So basically we can say that whether we change the order in addition or not, the answer remains the same. We can see with that with another example over here. 50 plus 24, we are getting 74, right? Now what if I write 50 down and 24 up? 24 plus 50, again we are getting 74. We are getting the same answers in both the cases, which means in case of addition, even if we change the order, the answer still remains the same, right? The given question has been added twice with different orders. The answer is still same. It shows that changing order does not matter in addition. Whatever order we follow in addition, the answer remains the same. So the answer doesn't change whether we put the number up or we put the number down. Now let's move on to the next slide. Adding addition of three numbers. Let's see how we are going to solve questions related to addition of three numbers. So here we have these questions, and let's try adding these numbers using the column addition first of all. So I would write 12, then below that I would write 15, and below that I would write 26. Now I have to try adding these three numbers. So I would begin with the ones or the units column. This is the units and this is the tens, right? So I would start with the units column. So 5 add 2 is 8, sorry 7, and 7 add 6 is 13. So I would write a 3 here, bring the 1 up. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So the answer for the first one is what? The answer for the first one is 53, right? So the answer for the first one is 53. Now let's move on for adding 3-digit numbers. I would start writing 3, add 3, 331, add 4, 31, 331 add 431 add 108. Right. Now if I try adding these three numbers, what I would get? 1 add 8 is 10. So I would write a 0 and the 1 would go over here on top. Now 3 add 1 is 7. So I would put a 7 here. Now 3 add 4 add 1. So 3 add 4 is 7. Add the 1 is 8. So I would put an 8. So what is my final answer? It's 870, right? For the second one. Now let's give a try to the third one. We have 224 add 132 add 204. These three numbers we have to add them. So let me draw a line. 4 add 2 is 6, add 4 is 10. So I would put a 0 and a 1 on top. Now 2 add 3 is 5, add the 1 is 6. So 6 and 2 add 2 is 4, add the 1 5. So what is my final answer? 560, right? Yes. Now let's get to another question. Question number 4. 465 and this time we have a 2 just below. Now this is a bit confusing. Many children get confused over here. Have a look at this. You would think where to put this 2. Should we write this 2 over here, or should we write this 2 over here, or should we write this 2 in the center? Where should we write the 2? What do you think? If it's just a 2, it means it's the ones place or the units place, right? That means it should be written in the units place only, and the tens and the hundreds place will not be applicable for just a 2. If we had a 20 or a 200, then we would have written that in the tens and the hundreds place. So I hope ये चीज़ आपको clear है. We would write 2 just below the 5 because वो ones column को belong करता है. So I am writing 2 just below the 5. Now in the same way we have a 9 and that also belongs to the ones column. So I am writing a 9 just below the 2. Now I am planning to add them. So 5 add 2 is 7, add the 9 is 9 add 7 is 16. So I would put a 6 here and the 1 would go on top. Now 6 add 1 is 7. So I would put a 7 here. And 4 add nothing is just a 4. So my final answer is 476, right? Now let's move on for the very last one. This time we have only 2-digit numbers, so that would be easy to decide where to write. So I would begin with 24. Now 24 add 32 add 10. We have to add these three numbers. So I would begin with adding the ones column. 4 add 2 is 6, add 0 is still 6. So I would write 6 here. 2 add 3 is 5, add the 1 is 6. So I am writing another 6 over here, which makes our answer equal to 66, right? Okay, so we are done with all the 4 questions over here, and we can even check these are the answers that we got for our questions, right? So this is how we add three numbers which are either all the three are three-digit numbers, or some of them are 2-digit, or some of them are 1-digit. We arrange them in proper columns and we try adding the numbers. Okay, now let's get to some word problems on addition of three-digit numbers. So what are word problems? They are just sentence based problems for a question. So let's read the first word problem over here. Ram had 153 candles. Param gave him 222 more candles. Then Ria gave him 100 more. How many candles does Ram have now? Okay, so at first he has 153, then 222 more. And then Ria gave him 100 more, and we have to find how many candles does Ram have in total. So we can first start with writing the statements, as these are word problems, so we need statements, right? So what would my first statement be? Number of candles Ram had. How many candles did Ram have? 153, right? 153. Now the second statement, Param gave him 222 more. Number of candles Param gave Ram, or to Ram. $222. These are the number of candles that Param gave to Ram. Then Riya gave him 100 more. Number of candles Riya gave Ram. Number of candles Riya gave Ram. How many candles did Riya give? How many candles did Riya give? 100. So I can mention 100. Now we have to find what? How many candles did Ram have now? So what would my next statement be? Total number of candles Ram has is equal to 153 plus 222 plus 100. Now let's see how we solve this. 153, 222, 100. Now we would try adding these numbers. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. And 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. 475. So altogether how many candles did Ram have now? Ram has 475 candles. We can write that over here. Ram has 475 candles. Now this was the first question. 475 candles in total. Now let's move on for the second question. Now let's move on for question number 2. Let's read that. A factory made 270 boxes on the first day. On the second day, it made 123 boxes, and on the third day, it made 178 boxes. How many boxes did the factory make altogether? So, did you try the question? Now let's try it together. Okay, so a factory made 270 boxes on the first day. So we can write number of boxes made on the first day. So the factory made 270 boxes on the first day. So number of boxes made on the first day are 270. Now number of boxes made on the second day. Number of boxes made on the second day are 123, right? Now number of boxes made on the third day. Number of boxes made on the third day is 178. So how many boxes did the factory make altogether? How many boxes are there altogether? Total number of boxes is equal to, what do we do in this case? 270 plus 123 plus 178. These are the total number of boxes, right? And now I would try adding these using the column addition method. So 270 then 123 and then we have 178. We can try adding these three numbers. Since we have to find the total number of boxes, we have to add these numbers. So what we would do, we would do 0 plus 3 plus 8. So 8 plus 3 is 11. I would write the 11 and put the 1 above. Then 7, add 2, add 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14, add another 2 is 16, add 1, 17. So I would write the 7 over here Oh, 17. 7 over here and 1 down. Now we have to do 2, add 1, add 1. So 2 add 1 is 3, add 1 is 4, add 1 is 5. 571. So altogether there are 571 boxes, right? So there are these many boxes. Now the total number of boxes the total number of boxes made by the factory are 571, right? 571 boxes are made altogether. So this was the question where we tried adding using the statement based word problem. Now let's give a try to a few practice questions. Okay, so here we have question 1. I want you all to try along with me. So I'm giving you 30 seconds. You can start trying. Question 1. Let me read the question. A boat is carrying 12 people. Another boat is carrying 127 people. Third boat is carrying 105 people. In all, how many people are there in all the boats? So we have to find in total how many people are there on the boat. Okay, so we have to try this question. So let's give this a try. A boat is carrying 132 people. So the second one 127 and the third one. So I would tell you the statements orally. You can try noting down them. First statement: number of people carried by the first boat is equal to 132. Number of people carried by the second boat is 127, and number of people carried by the third boat is 105. Now how many people are there in total in all the boxes? So we have to find that how many people are total in all the boats, sorry, not boxes. So what I can do, I can again try adding the three numbers. So 132 127 105. Then we try adding these three numbers using a line. So at first we are adding 2 plus 7 plus 5. So 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. So I would write the 4 here, put the 1 above. Then 3 plus 2 is 5, add the 1 is 6. So I would write 6 here. 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now we have we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. So my final answer is 368 people altogether in 3 boards, right? Now let's move to question 2. We have to try adding these 3 numbers. So let's try adding them over here. 308 add 555 add 133. Now I will try adding these 3 numbers. So 8 add 5 is 13, add the 3 is 16, right? So I would write 6 and put the 1 just above. Now 5 add 1 is 6, add the 3 is 9. So I would write 9 over here. Then 5 add 3 is 8, add the 1 is 9. So another 9. So that means my final answer is 996, right? Now let's move for the last question. Isha bought a shirt for Itna for 125 rupees and a kurti for 264 rupees. How much money did she spend altogether? So here we have to add. We can first try writing the statement that amount of money spent on the shirt is equal to 125 rupees. The next one, amount of money spent on the kurti is equal to 264 rupees. Now how much money did she spend altogether? How would we calculate how much money did she spend altogether? So for that, what we would do, we would add rupees 125 and 264. Rupees 264. I would try adding the two numbers. Our answer that we get is also in rupees, okay? So the first thing, 5 add 4, 5 plus 4 is 9, so 9. 6 plus 2 is 8, so 8, and 2 plus 3, 1 is 3. 389 rupees. So altogether we have 389 rupees that Isha bought altogether, right? Yes, okay. So we have tried the revision questions as well. What's further? what made you proud in today's session? So here you can write if anything interesting you felt in today's session. Now let me show you another thing. You can practice more such questions on our website Justtutors. You can open this website and you will get free worksheets, test your knowledge and study material. Now all these worksheets, questions and study material are absolutely free, so you can open this website whenever you want and you can do as much practice. And if you really liked our session for today, you can like, subscribe and share with your friends so that they can also benefit from this video. So let's let's meet tomorrow.